A remarkable and powerful character, simultaneously quaint and fierce, has left an indelible mark across oceans, borders, languages, and cultures, bringing together a peculiar unity under divine influence. This enigmatic figure stands guard over the delicate and tranquil holy wells of Ireland and the stoic cathedrals of Wales. Beloved by poets, Brigid, an ancient Irish goddess of fertility and life, was a prominent member of the Tuatha De Danann, known for her mastery of healing, a concept that shares similarities with Saint Brigid of Kildare, a patron saint of Ireland in the Christian tradition. The name Brigid, originating from the Proto-Celtic word Briganti, meaning the high or exalted one, has undergone various anglicizations from the Old Irish brig, eventually becoming the popular term bride. This name likely alludes to the goddess's associations with sunlight and fire, echoing the English word bright. Moreover, it may also be linked to dawn goddesses found in Indo-European cultures, evolving into a general term for goddesses. While Brigid is widely known by this name, pronunciations may vary depending on local dialects, leading to alternative versions such as Bridget, Bridget, Brigantia, and others found in different regions like Ireland, Scotland, Wales, France, and England. In her depictions, Brigid often appears as a goddess with fiery hair draped in a cloak. She holds immense significance, characterized by intriguing and paradoxical aspects of her identity. Depending on the narratives, she manifests as a maiden or a mother, bestowing blessings upon children. Her domain encompasses not only mortals and gods, but extends to animals as well, emphasizing her connection to fertility and motherhood. In certain scriptures, Brigid is described as a triple goddess, with multiple forms akin to a fate-like deity or a trio of sisters with the ability to predict future events. Unlike other triple goddesses in Irish lore, all her aspects are referred to as Brigid, each governing Smithcraft, healing, and poetry. Brigid's nature is one of contradictions, associating her with healing, fertility, motherhood, passion, and fire. Yet, she is also linked to serenity and water due to her connections to waterways. Evidence of her worship has been found throughout Ireland, signifying her profound importance as a powerful yet personal deity. Though skilled in healing and metalwork, she is particularly revered for her role in poetry and innovation, inspiring countless writers and poets throughout Ireland's renowned literary history. Her affinity for healing and wisdom is attributed to her father, a master of magic and mysticism. Brigid's sacred gifts include an uncanny ability to discern what is needed in any situation. Her status as a fire goddess is apparent through her association with the sun, especially during dawn. As the Exalted One, her epithet reflects not only her solar nature but also her connection to craftsmanship and wisdom. She is even hailed as a goddess of life and death due to her invention of keening, a mournful lament for the departed. According to the Liber Gabala Irin, Brigid was recognized as the daughter of the revered Dagda, the prominent god and leader of the Tuatha De Danann, granting her a position of great honor. Some sources also suggested that her mother was Danu, a mighty river goddess and the eponymous mother goddess of the Tuatha De Danann. Brigid was the consort of the unfortunate Bres Mac Elatha, a significant early king of Ireland, and they had a son. She arrived in Ireland along with the rest of the Tuatha De Danann, but their arrival soon led to conflicts with the Firbolg and the Fomorians. Throughout various Celtic myths and legends, Brigid appeared in diverse roles that showcased her vast range of skills and knowledge. However, she was explicitly mentioned in an actual narrative during the Second Battle of Moytura, in which the Tuatha De Danann confronted the previous inhabitants of Ireland. The first battle resulted in a victory over the Firbolg, leading to the annexation of Connaught. In the second battle against the Fomorians, a cruel and monstrous race, the Tuatha De Danann emerged triumphant, but Brigid suffered the loss of her son. Grieving his death, she released a lament known as keening, introducing sorrow to Ireland and establishing a solemn tradition of keenings at the graves of loved ones. Over time, Brigid was Christianized and became known as Saint Brigid of Kildare, who founded the first female Christian community in Ireland. The connection between the two figures has puzzled scholars, but historical evidence indicates that the attributes of the goddess were gradually absorbed into the image of the saint. The Celtic festival of Imbolc, celebrated on February 1st, continued to honor the pagan goddess and marked the beginning of the Irish year. On this occasion, people sought her blessings for healing, inspiration, and protection. This ancient festival still persists today as the date was adopted for the feast of Saint Brigid in the Christian calendar. While little is known about the life of Saint Brigid, legends have filled the gaps. She was believed to be born to a Christian mother and a pagan Celtic king, later receiving the name from the Druids at the court, echoing the pan-Celtic divinity. After refusing marriage, she set out to find a place for her convent, ultimately establishing one of the greatest religious centers in ancient Ireland. The nuns in this convent maintained an undying flame dedicated to Brigid, reminiscent of certain fire rituals from Celtic religion. The blending of the Celtic goddess and the Christian saint is especially strong outside Kildare, where various traditions of celebrating Imbolc persisted through the late 20th century. In other parts of the Celtic world, Brigid was also associated with Indo-European dawn goddesses. Some writers occasionally linked her to the Greek Athena, while others saw her as a bringer of civilization akin to Vesta or Hestia, who ruled over social contracts within each home. Through the evolution of Saint Brigid, the goddess's identity transitioned to Maman Brigid in Haitian Vodou, where she became Aloha and the wife of Baron Samedi, presiding over life, death, fertility, cemeteries, and motherhood. Due to the scarcity of written records of the Celtic people's religious beliefs, much of what is known about the ancient goddess Brigid comes from descriptions by their conquerors and speculations based on archaeological findings and sacred sites. Folklore has preserved many stories and customs related to Brigid. Her worship extended not only to Ireland, Scotland, and England, but also across much of Europe, evident in the various versions of her name. Brigid, as a goddess, transcended regional boundaries to become a Christian saint and eventually resurfaced as a modern global goddess, embodying creation, regeneration, and contradictions, much like the diverse languages that invoke her name.